Okay, we bit of just looked at the first take I did. Don't really like looking at myself, and I looked away from the camera too much. So here we go. So I'm Andrew Anderson. This is the Anderson Clanz, or the Anderson Clanz NZ YouTube channel that I've set up for my relatives back, well, outside of New Zealand, to have a look at. So this part of the family is the only part of the family that's probably in the southern hemisphere, although there are a few that travel around. We're the only ones that sort of move permanently out. So my mum, Jess, and my father, Andy, moved away. This is going out primarily, as I say, for my relatives, my cousins, who are left back in the northern hemisphere, primarily in Scotland and in England, to show them what this little section of the Andersons does, where we live and who we are. So there's myself, Andrew. I'm named after my grandfather, Andrew, as is Andrew Duff. I'm looking away again, I know, please forgive me. So there's myself, there's my wife Clara. We've been married quite a few years, been together a long time. There's my daughter Katrona, there's my son Drew, or Andrew. He was named after my dad, Andrew, so a bit of a family tradition there. You'll also see Billy the dog at some stage, but you'll also have Erin, who's my niece. She's Gail's daughter, so Gail, my older sister, Heather, my other sister. There's also Kyle. I'm not quite sure if we got Kyle. If we do, it'll probably just be something over Skype, because he lives in Japan now. He's married to a Japanese girl over there. There's also, you'll see, as I say, Heather and Gail and Mum. So this is to show you who we are. I know it's a long time coming, very long time coming, because I'm 53 now, and we left Scotland when I was 10. You'll have to excuse my accent. I've just noticed that a wee bit it's gone in and out from being sort of Scottish, because I don't speak Scots anymore. So you'll have to forgive me, but knowing that where this is going, it does sort of roll out a wee bit. I don't have a real Kiwi accent. I'll have to apologise for that again. I can try and do a New Zealand accent, but I'm not very good at it. It sounds more Australian than anything else. Mine's a mishmash of television programs over the years when I was younger, because nobody understood a word I said when I came here, and of course they didn't speak English, they spoke New Zealand. So this channel goes out to my cousins, so from Uncle Jim's side of the family, we've got Lorraine and Margaret. I know Margaret has passed away several years ago, a lot longer ago than I thought. Lorraine, I know you're having a few problems, but hang in there, eh? From Aunt Helen's side of the family, you know, the Greers, we've got Ian and Keith. From the Duff side of the family, some from Aunt Madge's side of the family, and Uncle Alec Duff. We've got Jennifer Joyce, the two girls, and we've got Andy and Sandy. From the Bell side of the family, Aunt Jean from Lockerbie, we've got Trevor and Gavin, so hello to you all. From my mum's side of the family, from Jess's side of the family, we've got her sister Isabel and her husband Robert. And they're three kids, so we've got Linda, the oldest, and then what I used to call the terrible twins, Margaret and Jane. Margaret, I believe, is not working down in London anymore. She's in Edinburgh or Glasgow and Dumfries. Here's the accent coming through again. I do apologise if it sounds horrendous to you. So this is compiled to show you who we are, where we are. We're about as far away from you as you can get, unless we could go to Antarctica. So today is a spring day. Summer doesn't officially start for another 3 days. So this channel, as I say, will be set up just, I'll post videos occasionally. I do a lot of fishing down by the Cowrail, as you probably noticed if you looked at any of the fishing videos before. The last ones were put up in the middle of winter, so it was snowing at the time. I'll put some more up for those that may or may not be interested in them. It's a nice Sunday, spring day. It's been raining for a couple of days, but it's really good now. So without further ado, we'll get on with the montage that is to follow. Drew is the sort of technical expert, so he's going to cut it all together, and it's just who we are and what we are. Drew and I are actually going on holiday in 3-4 days. On Wednesday we fly out to Singapore and then to Kuala Lumpur, so we're going up there to see some of my wife's relatives, and he and I are having a holiday because Clara and our daughter Katrona are away to Edinburgh in May to attend the wedding of her nephew, so Katrona's cousin. So, as I say, here's what follows. This is Mum, Jessie. So, Auntie Jessie, I don't know what you called her, but this is Mum.
Come on, let me see ya.
And this is Heather. And that is Lincoln, Stinkin' as he's called.
No, he's not.
And that's Inky, because he's black, because they wouldn't call him Gollywog or Golly, being PC. And that's Billy, he just had a shower. So that one's been mowed, shorn, this one's in the process and he's not enjoying it at all. And this is Gail.
Hello, my sister.
And this is Erin.
Hello.
Gail's daughter. And there's Billy Dog. Hey Bill, what's the matter? No, you can't eat this. You wouldn't anyway. And this is Clara.
Hello.
What a funny smirk on her face. And that's Katrona.
Hello.
And we all know Billy. And Drew over there, because he says there's only one shot with a smile on his face. Look at that grin. Look at that grin. And he's combing his hair. Typical teenage boy.